Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Have a Pint. Today we have Contemplator Doppelbock from Brickway Brewery and Distillery. It is a bock in the style of Doppelbock. It is 8.5% alcohol by volume. IBUs are not listed. It gets an average rating on Untappd of 3.62. It says it's been rated 17 times. Although I don't know, because up here it says total 22, unique 22, monthly 16. So I don't know. But there's no description either. So this has not been rated very much. Or very many times. I can imagine there's probably not a video on YouTube of it currently until this one gets uploaded. But at some point, Brickway's going to have all their shit on YouTube because of me. Oh, shut, buddy. See, I don't know what they call these series of beers, if they're just like one-off beers or something. Because they have their Bison series, which I've done a couple from that. Like, I did Drone Fleor recently. I did one, over the summer. I can't remember the name of it. I always look it up and can remember what it is then. But I can never remember it offhand when I need to. Wow, 153 beers. I'm not going to put all those on YouTube. And their biggest one that I haven't put on is Oatmeal Pale Ale. Jalapeno Pineapple Pills. Bella Diva. That was one of these big bottled beers. Oh, the other one was Rahagaj over the summer for their Bison series. This one, I don't know if this is like a series name or if these are one-off beers or if they just rotate them here and there. But here's the label. Which, by the way, I think I have fixed that glare problem that I have had forever. I've been so fucking lazy about fixing that. I love the Rams. It almost reminds me of Celebrator, just by the label. But for that fixing that glare, I used to have the light basically just 2 feet behind my setup here. Now I got it up that way, up there, because I got my TV back there and I had it sitting on one of the shelves on the TV. Now I got it sitting up top on the TV stand, and there's no glare, and it's easy to see everything. So I think that's where it's gonna stay, but it sucks when you're watching shit, I guess. So I just put it there, and it's kind of in the way of the TV. So if I'm like laying back here with my girlfriend and we're watching something, if our heads are that way, we won't be able to see shit. But yeah, let's get into this. And at 8, I don't know, 8.5, I don't know. Like I have another one of these in there. That is a barley wine. That one will be a hard pour, I think. Even though this, this is a bigger beer. I don't think a Doppelbock is actually that big of a beer that you have to do a hard pour. Which, I'm not crazy about Doppelbocks. I like them a hell of a lot better than I do most barley wines. Like, the only barley wine I can tell you I've bought more than once. There might be more that I've liked, but the only one I've bought more than once is the one everybody knows, Bigfoot. But anyways, not too much of a head. It is dark. You can kind of see through it, like down here towards the bottom here. I can kind of see through it a little bit. But it's a very light head, very small bubbles. And now that it's gotten smaller, it is not going away too fast. But that's what we got here. By the way, they got a new Carpe Bruum out. I don't know if I'll ever get it, but I've had one of them. It was a dark beer. I think it was a stout. And something else I don't like, because there's something I'm gonna gripe about. Something else I don't like. It's snowing. But in a few days, we're going to be in the mid to upper 60s. we're supposed to have a freeze tonight. We just got to fall a couple of weeks ago here in Omaha. And by the way, as you probably know, this is an Omaha brewery. They are downtown Omaha on like 12th or 13th Street. But yeah, I remember about 3 weeks ago, we went from, we had a day that was 93 degrees for the high. The next morning when I left to go to work at 6 in the morning, well, I was outside at like 6:20. You know what the fucking temperature was? It was 52. Let's see, no, it was about a 53, it was a 53 degree swing, so it was 50 out. And because the high I know was 93, so it was 50 out. That's damn near 55 degree difference in 12 fucking hours. This is the shit that we deal with in Omaha. Way too goddamn hot. And 55 I'm usually cool with. In the morning, my circulation's all fucked, and anything below like 80 is cold. But during the day, anything under 70 or over 70 is too hot. My body's fucked. And then anything under 50 is too cold. But no, I have not taken a shower yet today. I'm going to here soon. Still looks good though. Anyways, head's gone. That's definitely rich. Rich malty, little bit of chocolate in there. Almost, I think there's a hint of coffee flavor. But mostly malty sweetness, which is what you'd expect from a Doppelbock. Feel like it might be a little creamy. Slightly less intense, but that does remind me a lot of Celebrator. It's not... The intensity that I'm talking about is Doppelbock, the Celebrator Doppelbock from Einger is very malty sweet to an almost sickening point. The first time I ever had it, I hated it. But I tried it again after that, and I really enjoyed it. And since on Untappd you cannot look up by style, or even what you've had in a particular style or category, I can't tell you how many Doppelbocks I've had, but it's actually not one of the styles I've had a lot of. I wish you could look by style on there. I know Beer Advocates you can, which I actually want to pose a question. Speaking of Beer Advocates, I generally do not use Beer Advocates anymore. So instead of completely losing all my progress, pretty much everything I rated on Untappd. Oh, Russian River's new brewery in Windsor open this week. Maybe they can start coming here. But instead of losing all my beers that I have rated, I looked them up and then looked them up on Untappd and rated them based on what I had rated them on Beer Advocates, which Beer Advocates I've only had 653 that I've rated on there. And I did that a few years ago. But I'm just curious, like, because I don't use Beer Advocates anymore. So I thought I'll just move it over because Beer Advocates doesn't have an app. And I feel like they're kind of dying. But what I like about Beer Advocates is you can look up things by style. Whereas you cannot on Untappd. And according to Beer Advocates, which I like that now they have an option where if you're looking through a list of beers, you can see which ones you've had, which you couldn't do in the past. So it looks like I've had 9 under the style. Nope, can't just show which ones I've rated. But there's obviously Celebrated, there's Spot and Optimator, which I still don't know if I like that one a lot. Sam Adams Doppelbock, Moretti La Rosa, apparently. Butthead Doppelbock from Tommy Knocker, Wasatch the Devastator, I remember that one. I didn't mind that one. From Eggenberg, their Doppelbock. Thomas Creek's Deepwater Doppelbock. But yeah, I have not had a lot of Doppelbocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've rated 9. That's 8 of them on that first page. I might never find the last one, but... butcher the shit out of this. Stiftbrauerei Schaligi Doppelbock. Let's see if I'll even recognize this label. Yeah, I do recognize it. Stift Schlegel. Damn, that's a weird name to pronounce. I'm curious where it's from. Is that Germany or is that elsewhere? Oh, from Austria. But anyways, get off this, back to this. But that shows I haven't had a lot of Doppelbocks. Because it is not one of my more sought after styles. Like I bet if I go in there and I look up stouts and imperial stouts, it's going to be a big list. IPA is going to be a big list. Now, bigger list if I could do that from Untappd. I like how friendly Untappd is, the interface is. I like how they have an app. I like how easy it is to go in there, look things up, rate them, go on about your day. But I really wish you could look up by style on Untappd. I wish you could look up glassware. Because I haven't had a Doppelbock this year. So I couldn't remember exactly the glassware. Now, if I hadn't looked it up, I'd have just assumed this. But I've already updated my top 25 list for college football. Because I was kind of excited. Like, ooh. You know, half the fucking teams lost that were ranked. That played. And as I was going through it, I was like, fuck. This is actually hard because some of these teams lost to really bad teams. Others barely won. Who do I put higher? I mean, obviously, you know, you win. That's better than losing. And in a week where a lot of teams lost, just winning is good. But we're not going to do that in this episode. That will be later today. Which I now have officially gotten to the point where if I record a video, it goes up that day. At worst, the next day. But yeah, it's just sweetness all the way through. It's big body. Like if this was the peak of in your face, it's like right here. There's a lot of beers that are pushing that. And I like that it's not, but that it's up there to where you're not going to mistake. You're not going to miss that malty sweetness. There's almost a smoke flavor in this one, to be honest. See artist Dave Friend's full artwork at drinkbrickway.com. But this is quite enjoyable for a Doppelbock. At the end of the day, it's a lager. It's not going to have a huge amount of complexity. Not that lagers can't. Just in general, lagers do not. What is under there? But in general, lagers do not have a lot of complexity. But what lagers can still do is have great flavor, be very smooth, very easy drinking, but yet have a heavy body. Like this does. Now, am I blown away by this? No. Where would I rate it among Doppelbocks? Up towards the top. Granted, the 10 Doppelbocks I've ever had, including this one, doesn't put me as a very strong candidate for saying, yeah, this is a great Doppelbock. But I have had great Doppelbocks, and as far as from what I've had, this is up there with them. But yeah, I hate big bottle beer, but then this is only 8.5. It's not too bad. The barley wine is 10.5. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it, but we're at 18 minutes. I'm not going to gripe about the other thing. Would I get this again? Yeah, I would. When I bought this, I bought it on sale for $6.99. They're usually $8.99 or $9.99. I can't remember what they sell for at the brewery, but I get it again. It is probably my least favorite of all the big bottle beers that I've gotten from Brickway, but it's still very solid. Where I'd have to rank this is, I'm going to go with 3.75 on this beer. It's good. And apparently I'm going to be like the 18th person to rank it. Yeah. Very solid Doppelbock. Nothing crazy, nothing too exciting. It's what you'd expect from a Doppelbock. So, until next time, Prost.